What do you do when you no longer trust your instinct? Perhaps because no matter how hard you've tried, how many times you've tried to change things, in the end you fail and feel more negative about yourself. You don't want to spend the rest of your life feeling inferior to everyone else. But no matter how hard you try, you are never able to truly feel good about yourself. So what can you do to become a happy, positive person full with desire and motivation? As someone who knows how to handle things without being too serious about it. As someone who doesn't overthink every small thing. Please stay tuned to find out. Hi, this is Adewale Ademiwa from StressTherapist.net. Welcome to episode 6 of the Take Back Control snippets. If your anxiety, your depression, or high stress levels keeps frustrating your efforts to make progress in your job and enjoy your relationships, this show will give you the keys to unlock your life and take back the territory those difficult emotions have stolen from you. So today we are looking at how to overcome low self-worth and boost your emotional stability to handle whatever life throws at you. You see, there is this fundamental trap that most people seem to be blind to. This trap determines the direction of your life. It determines how confident you feel. It determines the choices you make and controls everything you do. If you've ever tried to change your life for the better, but instead you're finding your life gets so bad that you don't have the capacity in your head to cope and move forward with things, there is a 99% chance you've fallen for this trap. So to help highlight what this trap is, here's a question. In your life, do you tend to bail water out or fix your holes? Imagine you're stuck on a boat, and the boat represents your capacity to survive life. It represents your self-worth and your emotional stability. Now, your boat has sprung a hole, and it's beginning to sink. And I come along and I give you 2 choices. Choice 1, I'll give you a bucket to bail the water out. And choice 2, I'll show you how to plug the hole and give you a lot of tools to do it yourself. What options would you take? Most likely option 2, because it sounds more permanent, doesn't it? It's the more sensible option. But sadly, with our emotional health, we've been brainwashed into relying solely on bailing the water out. Like my client Stacy, who wanted to feel contented with her life. She wanted to feel fulfilled and useful in her life. But she had too many obstacles in the way. Sadly, to deal with those obstacles, Stacy relied on strategies that were more like bailing the water out, making all her problems worse without even realizing she's doing this. But then the impact of doing that was she felt like a repetitive failure. She felt useless. She felt her self-worth hit rock bottom, and she felt convinced that she was no good at managing life. To illustrate this further, one obstacle Stacy had was feeling unlikable. To address this, Stacy made sure that she was easy to get along with. She sacrificed her wishes for whatever her friends wanted. So when they said, let's go to the cinema, she would say yes, when really she wanted to stay home and just have some quiet time to herself. And this worked. Sacrificing her personal desires helped to keep her friends. But sadly, doing this didn't resolve her feeling of being unlikable. In fact, it made those feelings worse, because she now believed that the only reason her friends stayed was because she did what they wanted. They didn't really like her for herself. But how does this relate to you? And in what ways are you reacting to your life problems in a way that's just like bailing water out and making things worse? You see, if overused, anything that gives you enjoyment, peace, and security will lead to stress, anxiety, or depression, or any other mental health problem. So relying too much on anything, no matter how positive or helpful that thing is, this is like bailing water out in your life. This is the trap that keeps you stuck in negative life loops that worsen your problems. It fosters low self-worth and fosters emotional health problems. So if you are struggling with low self-esteem or any mental health problem, I can guarantee you 100% that this is because you are relying too much on some positive or helpful thing. And the only way to prevent this trap from keeping you stuck and ruining your life experiences is to get good at pinpointing the positive things you're relying too much on and start to rely less on them. So for Stacy, this took the form of occasionally saying, no, can we actually do what I want this time? And from doing this, Stacy discovered that her friends still stayed her friends. And this boosted her sense of self-worth massively. Granted, this was just a small area of her life. But applying this same process to all different areas of our lives, like building blocks, will start to help building confidence in yourself and in your decisions. It will start to free you from your emotional distress as well. Now, just in case you're doubtful that the problems and the strategies that I've shared today does not apply to you, you can check out my article on 36 positive habits that crank up your anxiety and depression. And this article reveals all the types of emotional problems caused by relying too much on positive things. So you could just go to Google and type in 36 positive habits, and it should be one of the first links that comes up. I really wish you'll start to take advantage of this strategy in all the different areas of your life, so you too can start to create positive cycles that make you emotionally stronger. It becomes a system that makes you more resilient without needing to rely too much on medication to survive.